So hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of AMZ's Corner. How are you all doing out there? So I got in here very early this morning because I want to do a little walk around of this pretty little thing right here. This would be a 2012 Camaro SS 45th anniversary edition with the asymmetric stripes. Kind of a cool thing going on. Not really the specialist car. These aren't rare or anything. I couldn't really get production numbers on it. I didn't have a lot of time to do much research other than the basic specs on it. Good shape for a car, a couple years old. Got about 100 and something thousand miles on it. I'll tell you, the quality of General Motors interiors has really come up. You know, the double stitching on all the seams, everything's really tight and nicely done. You get the extra gauge pods. I wonder if that's an SS edition thing down there. This automatic version, I'm sure they make this with a regular manual 6-speed, I'd imagine, but this one here is an auto. A lot of performance cars are going the way of automatic. They say the manual transmission is going to be a thing of the past sooner than later. I don't know about that, but yeah, let's take a look under the hood. And there we have the 6.2 liter V8. Oh, it's glory. I want to say, if I remember right, 425 horsepower, 420, 426 pounds in that range torque. Special wheels. I believe there's special wheels in this package, the SS package. The two-tone, a little dirty right now, but it's actually a gray and a silver two-tone rim. 4-piston brakes in there with the Chevrolet Camaro Chevrolet logo on them. There's the 45th anniversary badging. So all in all, a tight little car. I really like the retro styling they do with muscle cars nowadays. Harken back to when they were special. All the baby boomers and Generation Xers get into the age where they remember these parole in the streets back, the original versions of them. So they brought back all the body styles, the Mustang, the Challengers, and the Camaros and all that. So anyways, let's go around the block real quick in this thing and get it up on the lift and see what it looks like underneath. Well, comfy seat, comfortable driving position. So, yeah. Quiet car. Very well. Now, it not being my car, we're on public roads. I'm not going to go stretch its legs and show you guys what 425 horsepower could do. I'm sure plenty of other YouTubers have brought these things right to their limits, and it's not my car to beat on. So nice and tight, nice and crisp turn in. Shift's all right. Could be a little quicker. I'm going to let the car do its shifting. I'm not really going to mess around with the manual. It's got the paddle shifters on the steering wheel here. Kind of seems to be the way everyone's going nowadays. Really smooth. Real tight suspension, but it still soaks up the bumps we're going over. I'm not really feeling any harshness in the ride. I really couldn't find a lot of info in the time I had on this car to do a lot of research. I asked you guys on my Facebook group, and really not really a well-known variant of this car. My favorite part right here, the S-curve. Nice and flat. And great braking. Brakes are right up there, tip top. Got a good growl to it when you get on it. Again, I'm not going to tack it out. It's not my place to do that. Yeah, so all in all, for 112,000 miles on it, it's a good feeling tight car. I tell you, General Motors quality's come up in the past few years. Well, anyways, we're back at the shop. Let's get this thing up on the lift and see what we got going on underneath it. We got this thing up on the lift. Now, first thing I notice, not a lot of aero going on under here. Usually cars you would expect like this to be all covered with undersheeting to get the noise down and help get the miles per gallon and airflow moving under it, but I'm kind of shocked, and actually I like not having shields over everything. It lets you see what's going on with the car. So we got the old multi-link front suspension. Looks like two lower spindly control arms here. And then the upper McPherson strut kind of to center the front. They don't look like anything special. I would expect there to be like Bilstein shocks or something, or maybe some sort of adjustable option with the 6.2, but I guess not. We got the 4-piston Brembo brakes on it, all the way around. There's the Chevy badging with the Brembo. Real big brakes, so look at the size of those rotors. Look how thick those things are. Now, a lot of frame going on up here, a lot of cross members. Boy, that 6.2 sits really far back, huh? Looks like all the weight is below all the engine mass is behind the center line of the axles, or where the axles would be if it had regular axles. Spindles, I should say. There's that 6.2. There's that automatic transmission. I'm not sure what they call those now. Looks like we got 2 converters per bank, little initial converter and then a downstream. And then it looks like a 2 into 1 resonator, and then back into 2 exhaust with those big European style formed exhausts. Now that's probably why this thing is really silent unless you get on it. There's those big rear 4-piston Brembo calipers and real big rear rotors on it. And multi-link rear suspension. Looks like 2 lower control arms out of V with 1 single upper, and then a shock strut and a big beefy rear sway bar. Nice setup all in all. That's probably why it handles real well. You know, they really take the time to make cars handle well nowadays. Back in the day, this would have had, you know, a solid rear axle on it if it was made when the car it looks like was made. Looks like a saddle gas tank up there. Hope they have an access for the fuel pump. And then a lot of car makers are going with that rubber European style U-joint. Or what do they call those? There's got like a million names for them, whichever one you want. And same in the front. They got that same rubber coupler for the drive shaft. Really good for vibrations. Real long lasting. Unibody suspension. Not a lot of bracing back here. I would expect there to be, you know, there's this little panel here which is actually longer than it needed to be. I'm surprised it hasn't got any kind of bracing that runs back into the rear subframe here to help stiffen these things up. You know, you would think with the 6.2, the big engine, I don't think they put much larger of an engine in there, maybe a supercharged version of it or something. I don't know if I like these open areas, these steel open areas, if you drive these cars in the winter, there's a spot that stuff's going to collect and rust out over time. It's strange that they wouldn't seal it up a little better. No, really well built, all put together well, you know, easy to work on. That's the thing. A lot of these muscle cars nowadays, they get, you know, shields and panels under them. You can't see anything, you can't get to anything, and it's refreshing to see that this is all open and easy to work on. Well, anyways, guys, it's 7:15 in the morning. I got a rack of cars out there in the lot I got to get fixed, so I can't talk about the fun ones all day. I got to go pay the bills and keep the lights on. Well, anyways, guys, thumbs up are much appreciated. Comments down below. I read every single one, even though I may not have the time around now to answer them. I read them all. And yeah, check out the Facebook page, the Facebook group. I'll leave a link down in the description. If you guys have any questions you want to ask me, I have a much easier time answering Facebook questions on Facebook than questions on YouTube. Just the comments section fills up so fast, it can be hard to keep up with, but I do read them all. Well, anyways, guys, on that note, and until next time, keep it out of the cabbage. Nice.